The first thing you need to craft cosmic runes is the cosmic talisman. There's two different ways to get this. The first is through random events or the random drop table. The second is you can grind it out by killing abyssal guardians. There's two different locations you can kill them. The first is in the abyss. Your prayer gets drained when you go in there, and it's multi-combat, so be careful in there. The second is if you have access to the fairy rings, you can go to ALR, it's single combat. You can just kill these guardians. If you need the pouches though, the fastest method is to go into the abyss, go to the very western portion, and then just kill the leeches there, because there's about 5 that spawn really close and only 10 hit points. You can get your pouches real quick doing that way. The second thing you need to do is figure out how many cosmic runes you actually want to craft. This will depend on what level of the achievement diaries you have done. So if you only have the medium and you want a 3-month supply, doing them every single day, you're going to want 8,000. If you want a bigger supply, you know, you're just going to have to make more. So if you have the hard and you don't want to do them for a year, as in make more cosmic runes, and you want to do about 65,000. So these give you kind of a guideline of how many you actually want to make. And then another thing to take into consideration is the different options you have as far as rune crafting. So once you're level 77, you can hop over to Bloods, or sooner, so say after like 50,000 cosmics, you can go over to the Ourania Altar, and this is more of an AFK method, and it's higher XP per hour, so a lot of people will switch over. And you still get cosmics doing it that way, but you only get 250 as opposed to like 4,000 from doing the quest cape or the abyssal method. So this is kind of some information here for you. And then as far as the actual method of crafting, there's a few different ways depending on what you have unlocked. So if you have the quest point cape unlocked, you can do that method. If you have access to the fairy wings, you can just teleport to Ardoin. It's a little bit faster. You can just walk when you're in Zenaris, or you can go to the abyss. So you can look up those guides for a little more in depth. As far as mine, I'm going to do the quest point cape method. So with this, you point your camera. I have an east up at the top. If you have the Lumbridge Hard and Lumbridge Elite, you don't need the Lunar Staff. If you have anything below, you're going to need that. And then you're going to head off here to the right. There's an agility shortcut up here. So depending on what your agility level is, you might be able to make that a little bit faster here. And then if you already have a Cosmic Tiara, you can wear that. If you just have the Talisman, you'll need to use the Talisman on the altar every time. And you don't need to have the full Graceful, and I'll show you why here in a second. So you hit escape to get back to your inventory. Now what they have, as long as you have it enabled, you can actually hold shift and then click, so you don't need to right click anymore, which has made it a lot easier. And then instead of teleporting back here, what you're going to do is you're going to teleport to Castle Wars if your run energy is 25% or higher. So you're able to do 4 trips to Castle Wars, and then your very last trip you're going to have like 7% run energy, and you're going to go to Clan Wars. And that, let me just show you how that would look. So say if my run energy was depleted here, I would go to Clan Wars instead. I would bank the essence, fill up my pouches, withdraw, and then I would be really low right now, probably like 2%, 1% run energy. And then once you're in here, you can actually teleport out, and that's going to replenish all the run energy, and then you just restart it. So hopefully that helped you all decide how many cosmics you want to make and some of the different methods to doing that. Go ahead and leave me a comment below seeing what guide you want to see next, and go ahead and subscribe, that way you can stay up to date on all the methods.